And we're back to learn Gimp in a year day 118. Let me show you how you can use the exposure adjustment. First example is right here, an underexposed image, so it's way too dark. We'll find the exposure option right there under colors. The black level, keep it to 0 for now. I'm going to explain it later on. But the exposure, it makes it brighter or darker in simple terms. In this case, we need to go up a little bit. But you might obviously ask yourself, how fast should you go up? Should you just do it by feeling? Well, you can use under Windows, Dockable Dialogs, the histogram. And the histogram shows you, in simple terms, the dark spots and the bright spots in your image. Dark ones on the left, bright ones on the right. And if I use the exposure right here, you can see if I go up, it kind of drags the curve. So all of these data points a little bit to the right. And it also compresses them downwards. If I go very far, we even lose a little bit of these single data points because they're pushed so far to the right that they're basically out of the graph now. And now the black level, you can see that on the left. So it drags our curve only from the left-hand side towards the center, but it leaves the right-hand side, the bright spots, unaffected. In general, we don't really want to have gaps if we can get around them. So in this case, I would actually keep the black level very close to 0, maybe up to here. And then the exposure, usually you want to have images that have a typical Gauss curve. So the most data points should be in center. And the more you go to the extremes, the curve goes down. That would be a normal distribution. And this usually gives you the best images. In this case, for the exposure, I would certainly go above 1.0. As I've said, the more you go up, the more you will push some of these colors, some of these details in your image out of the graph. So you don't want to go too high. But around this value here, we have a good balance between getting our curve towards this Gauss curve, this normal curve, compared to how many details we're going to lose on the right-hand side. Let me show you the other example. This time we have an overexposed photo, and it's so extremely overexposed that basically all our information is on the right-hand side. You can see this massive peak on the right in our histogram. I'll duplicate the image. I use our exposure option. So in this case, we certainly want to go down with the exposure to drag our curve from the right towards the center. But as this image was completely overexposed, we will end up a little bit with a gap on the right-hand side. There is no way around it. We can try to use the black level here, and I would even go completely up. And then with the exposure, I would go to minus 0.5, maybe even a little bit lower. And this is as far as we can take it. So sometimes you have images that are simply completely destroyed when they were taken and you can't bring it all back. Or what you can definitely do is you can improve the results. With our first photo, the zebra, we actually were successful, I think to a very large degree. In this case, we weren't successful in saving the entire image, but as I've said, we could at least improve it a little bit. And this is how you can use the exposure in Gimp. I hope this video was helpful, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.